So you may be wondering by the title of this video if we're talking about the same movie. A deep, moving scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the movie about a guy who plays hooky, that movie? Yes, that movie. So in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we get nonstop funny, lighthearted scenes, suspicious principals, impromptu singing in the streets, and other antics. But right in the middle of this comedy, there's this surprisingly insightful scene where Ferris, Sloane, and Cameron visit a museum, and the tone of the movie shifts entirely for just 2 brief minutes. A lot of cool things are happening at once. You see the main trio mingled in with a group of young kids on a field trip, and there's an interesting contrast between these high school seniors on one of their last adventures versus these young kids who are possibly on their first. The cinematography slows down for this sequence, and the camera is all of a sudden doing long, drawn-out shots with no zooming, no panning, as if the filmmaker is forcing you to stop and take time to look at each of these paintings and appreciate them without distraction. Throughout all of this, the music adds beautifully to this sequence as there is no spoken dialogue. Music often transcends language, and in the moments where you're unable to express what you want in words, the right melody can come along and hit the nail on the head for you. The song choice is perfect for this scene. Although they did use the instrumental version with no lyrics, the title of this song is Please, 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 Let Me Get What I Want, which is not only a perfectly bittersweet melody that fits this scene, but also sort of mimics Cameron's life versus Ferris's, where Cameron looks at Ferris and sees someone who gets everything he wants out of life, whereas Cameron sees himself as the polar opposite, being denied everything he's ever really wanted. Ferris Bueller's Day Off uses juxtaposition cleverly. While we've observed the differences between Cameron and Ferris throughout the movie, they're driven home in this scene. While we see Ferris and Sloane against the backdrop of this moonlight stained glass, they almost appear like they themselves are part of the art, symbolizing their idyllic love, and we go back and forth between that and the scene where Cameron is looking at this painting done with pointillism, which the director John Hughes said was done by design, because the closer Cameron looks at the people in the painting, the less and less there is to see, which was meant to be an allegory of how Cameron sees himself. And the method of going back and forth between subjects drives this message home perfectly. I find it interesting how so often the deepest moments in movies can be found hidden in comedies or simply delivered by someone who is typically considered to be the clown. Movies from the 80s, and John Hughes films in particular, seem to have a distinct ability to connect with audiences on a deep level that hasn't yet been matched by movies today. Of course, if you know of one, let's hear it in the comments below, and I will gladly check it out. Thanks for watching.